It was a slight delay in hours because I slid between her legs too early. And I was there like this, like, pop the confetti! I'm up in the Paso Doble one dance. The next dance I'm down, moving and grooving. The best dancer that I can be. Like, I know I'm not gonna be Alfonso, and I can do his not unusual, I can do that. But I'm not him. I can be the best me and dance the best for Daniella.
It's Dwight Howard.
Howard throws it down with a phone.
Look at Superman.
That dunk by Howard was unbelievable. Out of the stratosphere with that. Look at this.
Let's get it, yeah.
How does someone 6'10" and 5'3" as a dance team make it work?
I would say belief and faith. You know, we just believe that with our height, I believe she's my height. And I have faith we're going to get through all the dances, every step perfectly. You know, and it's just been fun to learn from her. And actually her husband, you know, he's been, helping me a lot as well. But, just being a student has been amazing. It's so fun.
There's been a moment where she was teaching her husband. So was that so you could see what the frame should look like?
Yes, and I'm like standing over him. Yeah, it's
Seeing
crazy.
the difference really shows how hard you guys have to make it work.
It's crazy that now we've danced so much together. I feel like I've known her for like 20 years, and I feel like we've danced together forever. And now we're just learning technique, which is so much fun. And we spend a lot of time just drilling, like I'm talking about 4 or 5 hours every day, just going back and forth. And it's so much fun. It's a lot of work. I've lost weight, and I just want to dance, all the time. I always danced before, but, now it's, OD. Like, I find myself every song. I'm hearing different beats in the song, and I'm like, oh, my God, bow, bow.
So you're just in dance mode 24/7?
24/7. Like, when I wake up, and I just wake up out of bed in
when
the
you're
dance
sleeping.
When I'm sleeping, I'm actually, before I hit the deep sleep, when I first get into bed, I kind of picture my dance the whole time. Kind of like, you ever watch Queen's Gambit, Netflix?
Yeah. The chess game?
Yeah, you know how she played in her head at night? I would do that, every night. I still do it now. I would just sit and do the dance in my head, and I would just imagine how she would look if I was to do the dance right, and her telling me, good job, just her talking and I just go to sleep on a positive note, and I come back ready for the next day man, we gonna get this.
So outside the 4-hour rehearsal block, are you constantly still working at it?
Yes, I am. I'm watching film. I'm watching how to make sure I get all my steps proper, my face, all my movements, because it's one thing that I learned, my first dance when I first started, my eyes was like this. She was like, no bug eyes, no bug eyes, no bug eyes. You can't have the big eyes. You gotta look like you know what you're doing. It's smooth, yeah, I see y'all looking over here, yeah. So I was like, okay, I had to go study in the mirror, it's a lot of work, but it's so much fun. I can put all my energy into this, I'm really playing basketball. It's great.
Because that's something too you never had to do before, was play to the audience.
Yeah, well, actually for me, I love playing to the audience. I was kind of like the good guy, villain guy when I was playing. Sometimes I would try to get the crowd mad, block somebody's shot, be like, ah, and they hear the crowd like, boo, Dwight, you suck. I'm like, yeah. Just to get them more involved in the game, because now that energy is transferred to the court. Now I can jump higher. Now I can run faster because they provided all the energy for me. So it's just good to get involved with the audience and during the game. And sometimes people can't that take you off focus? No, you know why? Because I practiced and rehearsed this so much. I know my steps. Now I'm performing. My steps it's just art. I'm just painting y'all a picture of what we dancing to so y'all can see it.
So it's muscle memory at that point?
Yeah, it's muscle memory. It's just easy. It's flowing after that. You dang. You ain't thinking about nothing. Me and Danny could be having a conversation about cheeseburgers and what we want to eat after the show while we're dancing. we ain't thinking about the steps or none of that stuff because we done rehearsed it so much that now we just out there flowing when it's time to perform, and that just makes it so much easier and to connect with the crowd.
She said you're such a hard worker. You only take 1 pee break in the 4-hour session.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes I don't go to the bathroom. I just hold it and be like, I gotta wait till we finish because I don't want to miss certain moments, and then like my feet might get cold from dancing and then taking a break. I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
In week 2, when you're swinging her around on the back of her head.
With my hand, yeah.
How much practice was there?
It was crazy. It didn't start off like that because we couldn't figure out how to do it. And so we just, one night we just went to this dance studio right up the street from where we're at now. And we just practiced a way to make it look real nice. And I was able to guide her and keep my balance and everything. And after we got that, I was able to pick up speed and then add more to it as we started dancing, and it just flowed perfectly.
Was that a tricky move at first?
It was at first, just to learn the movements, but then once my body got used to what I needed to do and how I had to guide her around for that part, it just made it easier to get in character when I was actually like doing the dance for the world. It was like, oh, now I can be like, oh, look at my little Daniella as I spin her around.
What about the move when you're holding her?
Yeah.
Is that a move that you guys are, because I think that was arguably the most memorable moment of the night.
How she was hanging her legs just dangling.
Staring at the camera.
So it was funny, like how I trained for that was, I do this every day as a regiment. Like I got it from One Punch Man, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats in a mile, just like for consistency. And I just did a lot of wide grip push-ups to be able to help me hold her up so I can cha-cha and stay smooth while I do that. So it was hard though at first. And you think because she's tiny and she doesn't weigh that much, it's easy to pick her up and dance, but it's not. You're talking about picking a person up. She got dead weight. She's just there and she's looking at everybody like, do you see him? He is picking me up in salsa, and oh my God. So it was just crazy. But it was a lot of fun. After we start doing it in practice a lot, it was so easy then to toss her up. The first couple times I was afraid to like really toss her. But she said, when we perform this, you better toss me through the roof. So I tried to toss her so high. Actually, when we finished, she said we could have went around twice. And I was like, we could have, but I was afraid too. But when I got out there to perform in front of everyone, because we had practiced the dances so much, I was able to be freer with all the movements. So that's kind of like a lesson I would, for any of the people that want to dance out there that I've picked up for myself, like the repetition part of it, doing it over and over and over, game speed. Same thing with basketball. When you're training, we might start slow, but we do it game speed, multiple times to the point where we're exhausted. Then we go past that point of exhaustion, or whatever you want to call it. And then now our body's not tired when we got to do it one time for performance.
Once you finish that dance, what's that feeling that you get?
It's like a rush, like, man, like, as a kid, like I always wanted to do like the performance like I would see in the movie when you're in elementary school and your dad and your friends and family come see you perform. I wanted to do that stuff, so I did, one year, and that's what it felt like, that feeling of everybody saying, I'm going to see his performance, and I'm telling everybody, hey, you got to check me out on Dancing with the Stars. I got all my family, so it was like a big rush, like, wow, I'm really on Dancing with the Stars. This is incredible.
Because you tried being on it recently too, no?
Yeah, this is the third time. Yeah, I tried 1 year, but I was still playing, and it was hard to train and do all that. Then the second year, some legal stuff happened, and Disney was like, we can't do it with this legal stuff, and I was like, okay, I understand. Legal stuff got dismissed, and I hit up Dina Katz, and I was like, hey, Dina, is there a way I can get on the show this year? I would really love to. And she was like, I'm going to do my best to get you on. And then next day, they were saying, hey, can you come to LA for the show? I'm like, I'm there.
So you were a fan of the show?
Yes.
What was your first reaction when you found out you had Daniella?
I was just like, how is this gonna work? Because she's tiny. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make the best of this moment because it's dancing with the stars. Like, why not? It doesn't matter how short she is, just go dance. Like, this is it.
Did you see any of her videos with Iman?
She showed me a lot of videos, and I remember Iman being on it, and they was like, he was killing it.
He got perfect tens.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's really hard to do. But, you know, Daniella's a great coach, and the way she teaches, like, from the day one, it's just like I've been locked in, you know, with everything that she wants because it's like she's the pedigree. She knows what it takes. So it's like I'm locked in with you.
Can we talk about your competitiveness on this show? How serious are you taking it?
I want to most definitely win. I take it very serious. I don't really, I love watching everyone perform, so I don't look at it to try to critique them and look at it as a competitive component in that aspect. So when I'm seeing them dance, I'm just like, this is so amazing to see someone that's not a dancer get out there in front of millions of people and just dance. Like, I know what they're going through because I'm going through it.
I think that's what's so cool about the show is that you're really competing against yourself rather than the other teams.
Yeah, I'm not looking at them to try to critique them because to me, they're amazing at getting out here, just trying it, taking that first step. So I wouldn't, I'm not that type of competitor, but I'm competing for me. Like you said, like I'm like, how can I be the best at this and take every ounce of energy that I have and put into this dance to make me the best dancer that I can be. Like, I know I'm not going to be Alfonso, and I can do his not unusual. I can do that, but I'm not him. I can be the best me and dance the best for Daniella. So when I'm dancing, that's why I be like, I want to make sure that I'm good for her.
Has she talked about possibly another mirror ball for her?
We talked about it. And actually, I write it down in my phone every day, like what my goal is. I have a long note, just keep writing to myself about winning that mirror ball. And then actually putting in the work. And I treat it the same way. It's a lot of work. It's tiring, but it's fun.
You're an elite athlete, top level. What did that first 4-hour rehearsal block of dance do to your body?
Oh, man, I made a mistake. I wore my dance shoes without any socks, and my feet was kicking my ass. They were so mad at me. Like, when I took my shoes off just to, walk my feet, I was like, oh, just every step. I'm like, dang, I shouldn't have did that. And I said, Danny, can we wear socks? And she was like, yeah, you can wear socks. And I was like, well, I never see you wear socks. And I'm like, well, duh, she got heels on. She can't wear socks. So I'm like, I should have known better.
Yeah.
But my feet was kicking my ass. Yeah, it was crazy.
At what point throughout the rehearsal process do you start really picking up the moves?
The moves? I would say the second day after I get, so what she does is kind of break it down. Like I asked her to go from just go real slow, each little step, because I want to learn the full movement.
Does she break it up into parts?
She does, and then she just moves. And then as I learn one part, she say, good, okay, now we're going to go to the next part. First you start with drills to get my body used to moving how I have to move.
Drills, what does that mean?
Drills walking drills where I have to walk a certain way. Movement drills, if I have to do a chasse or, whatever type of move it is, she's doing drills just specifically to get my body accustomed to doing that multiple times. And then we add whatever I have to do for the song into it. And then we add music. And then we just keep progressing until now, at the end, when you see the performance, that's what it is.
Does she have it pretty choreographed in her head from start to finish?
For the most part, and then she tweaks some things depending on how my body moves and certain things like that, and what might look good for me and which might be different for her. So we just go through that and talk about it, and it usually works.
Is she coaching you too throughout? Remind you, like, smile or like play to the audience, look for that camera.
Well, what we try to do is every time I go over the whole routine in practice, I do it just like I would do it in performance. So it's no like I'm just BSing around and just making sure I got the counts. Everything is performance every time. Wow. There's no game because then you're going to get used to doing it that way. And your body's going to get used to doing it that way.
Right.
And so now that defeats the purpose. If you're not doing it, if you're not completing, like I'm always doing that because that was my problem with our last dance. My salsa, I didn't, complete every move like I was supposed to because I was rushing. And so when you're doing all these steps, you want to be able to learn. For me, in my case, I had to learn with slower music, a slower pace, so I could really let my body feel the whole beat in the song and let it get accustomed to moving to that song in that type of rhythm. So now when it's speed up, my body already know the rhythm and it's just doing it naturally.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you get wardrobe on, do you get any feelings of, oh, it's almost show day?
Oh, on show day, I know it's show day because we be there all day. Oh my God, like show day is crazy. We get there, as soon as we get there, they're like, okay, you gotta go to the stage, it's time for you to perform. We do 2 passes, like straight off top. I'm like, man, can I sit down for 1 second? Let me take my morning dump or something. Let me clean my stomach. But they like, nah, get out there, let's go. So we dance, we do our 2 little passes, come back.
Are you guys going 100% at that?
Yes, we got to. Because they're
that's
blocking,
the first time.
they're blocking the cameras and everything.
And you're on the stairs,
And
maybe you have troop.
Yeah, we got, the whole thing is set up. So we do that 2 times. Then we go back and we do our hair and makeup. Then we have like our little lunch in between, get our outfits on. Then we do our opening part where they tell us where we gotta be, all that stuff. Then we do rehearsal. We do a full rehearsal, like from top to finish. And then after that, we have like 45 minutes and then the show start. So the whole day we dancing.
When it comes showtime, would you rather be placed at the beginning, the middle, or the end for your dance?
Well, probably the middle or the end, yeah. The beginning can be good too to start off the show. That'll be fun. But, just to like get in the groove, you want to be like when the crowd is like really into the show.
Right.
Like in the middle.
For the first week, you had 2 weeks to learn the dance. And
I
then
had 1. I only had 6 days.
Oh, you didn't get the full 2 weeks?
No, because I came in late for the show. Yeah, everybody else had the 2 weeks. We had the 6 days. So we really was on some grind time. And I think that's the kind of pace we start using to get the dance is how we did it with that first dance because everybody else had 2 weeks and we had only those 6 days.
Is she filming your practices so you can go home? And
we film every time we do the dances and then, we redo it. I go back home and watch my steps. Watch where my hands are, all the little things like that, and practice in the mirror and stuff like that.
You said you lost a lot of weight too?
Yeah, a lot of weight.
Because it's heavy on cardio now?
Yes, heavy on cardio. You talking about dancing for 4 hours, you're using all your muscles. Every muscle is moving, like, I'm using everything. Like, I'm up in the paso doble one dance, and the next dance I'm down, moving and grooving. So like every part of my body is like getting a workout in.
Is it nuts having her climb all over you?
It is crazy because she be like a little squirrel monkey the way her nails be. But it's just to see how she choreographed the dance and how she just have it in her head to know what to do and to be able to match my dance while I'm like match my legs. Like when we had to do the foxtrot, she's short. Imagine her in heels trying to match my glides and strides while I'm holding her in frame. How intense that had to be for us. And it was just crazy learning from her to hold myself up and guide her through the dance. And I was like, wow, I felt like I was a figure skater. And I was out there just sliding with Daniella. It was just so smooth.
Right.
Yeah.
Does live TV affect you in any way?
I don't even think about it. sometimes I forget that we on live TV. I just be out there in my own world. It's just be like me and Daniella, and then everybody is here to watch us perform. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. This is the real deal.
Is that kind of how you viewed basketball too?
Yeah. Like, wow, man, I done made it to where it's 20,000, 30,000 people here to see us perform. Like, I gotta put on a great show. Like, that's my mindset. Like, this is it. Like, they all came to see us, go at it. Like, all right, I'm finna give a smile while I'm out there dunking on somebody, because this is what they came here for. You know, they didn't come here for something boring. They want something to be entertained with, so when they go home, they can have a conversation. Man, did you see that? Did you see that movie did? Like, that's the joy of the going to a sports game and stuff like that, or going to a dance and say, man, remember we went to see that Michael Jackson performance in Vegas? Remember when the dude leaned all the way over like Michael Jackson? Like, those moments is what you want to have in a game or on the dance floor. So, yeah, it's incredible.
When you find out that you get pushed to the next week, how excited are you to learn that next dance?
I can't wait. Like, the next night, I'm like, all right, what we gonna do this week? What's she gonna do?
Does she show you any of it?
No, not at all. She
It's
might
get
tell
through
me
that
the song. She might tell me the song, but she won't show me none of the stuff, because then it'll kind of confuse my steps that I'll do for the dance I have that week.
What songs do you have for week 3 and 4?
We have, what is that? Let's Groove Tonight. Or Let's Groove, but everybody always say, let's groove tonight. Yeah. We have that one. Then we have Paso Doble. We have, what is that? Walk This Way, Aerosmith. Yes. So the Paso Doble is going to be crazy, like, when everybody sees it. But this last dance, oh my God. So this last dance that we did, Let's Groove, I decided to improvise during the dance.
Game time decision?
Game time decision.
Oh, wow.
2, after the dance, she's like, I'm really impressed that you improvised during the middle of a dance routine and nobody even noticed. And after the show, like, when we finished the dance, she could not stop laughing. So there's a part in the dance towards the end where I'm supposed to like do a move with her back and forth, and then I end up sliding between her legs. And when I got ready to go back, I misstepped on one of my feet. So instead of doing what I was supposed to do, I just started spinning around. And she looks back and she's like, what the? It's like, she starts laughing, and she's laughing the whole time, even after I slide between her legs and we finish. She's laughing, and it was so funny because the camera people, since we did it in rehearsal so many times, they knew when to pop the confetti, when to make the lights go and all that stuff. But it was a slight delay in hours because I slid between her legs too early. And I was there like this, pop the confetti. And then they popped it, and she been laughing about that ever since. And she's like, I can't believe you improvised the whole ending to our dance. And it was just crazy. So she was not happy that we got a 5, but she was happy that we got the 5 and the 6s the way we did because of how I missed the whole ending part of our dance and improvised it.
How is training for it? Because you guys had to go to New York,
This one was
no?
very tough because I had a case that thank God, I won the case. Someone stole some money from me. I was trying to buy a WNBA team. I actually sat down with the team, sat down with the WNBA. I was actually meeting with all these people to actually get the team, and then the people that I was going to invest with, they took the money and spent it on cars, houses, art, all type of stuff. And that's why I went to go to New York, win that case, but I had to go for the case, go sit on the stand and stuff like that. And while we were there, we were just trying to train, but it was just so much going on, me trying to think about the case and figure out when I'm going to train and all that stuff. So we're getting our time in, but my mind, her mind, we was just really wanting to be back home here in LA. So it was a little off. Everything was just a little off the whole week. And our dance, it was kind of the same way. We wasn't connected like we have been on the last couple dances. So, that's why we couldn't do nothing but laugh it off. Like, you know what? We tried. We really tried our best. We did overtime practices. Like this week I was doing 2-a-days. I'm going 9 to 1 and 5 to 9. Like on our own, we're doing this. This is not them required. This is me and her saying we're going to get this dance right. And we're doing this. So it wasn't like I wasn't working at it. Like I was really trying, but I think our minds were just so out of it, and it was just so much going on that we didn't have the best outcome that we wanted per se from the judges. But the experience in that dance, she said that was probably one of her best dances because of the joy she got out of seeing me not allow a slip up in my routine throw me off for the whole dance, because a lot of times in practice, if I got thrown off, I would stop and get frustrated because I'm like, man, I can't get this step. But I can't stop during the middle of a performance. Just because I lose the ball in a game, I can't go back and get it and pick it up and try to score. No, I got to keep going. So for her to see that in that moment of distress, instead of me getting tensed up, I just kept going on with the flow. And, we just couldn't do nothing but laugh about it.
It's the recovery.
Yeah, it was good.
What do the 2-a-days bring now to your dance?
I would say just more like intensity. Like I understand how sharp I gotta be in my movements when I'm doing certain things. I understand like how to breathe in certain situations. I actually have another dance coach who actually teaches me after I leave Daniella. And she also comes to our second practice and she watches what we do, and we practice these techniques when I'm at home and stuff like that.
Like breathing exercises for while you're dancing?
Yeah, all that, and actually the dances and stuff like that, where to put my hands and how to, keep it right. So, yeah.
So you haven't mastered right now?
Do I have it mastered? No, not in any type way.
Not yet.
I am a beginner, and I am sitting at the foot of a master. She is the master. I don't take nothing away from her. She's an amazing coach, amazing instructor. It's just a joy to be around her, and fun to dance with. Like, she just gives me confidence, when she's always telling me, high five, good job, like, it just gives me joy, even when she's hard on me, but I know she's doing it because she cares about me.
How does Daniella as a coach stack up against your NBA coaches?
Well, it's a different type of thing because it's just me and her. So that partnership is different. If she was a coach of a team, she'd probably have a different attitude because she's dealing with multiple people. So she has to treat everybody according to how they receive. But since it's just me and her, it's just like we building that relationship, and she don't want to let me down and I don't want to let her down. So it's just like that's accountability on myself. Like, man, she tries so hard to put this choreography together for me. She tries so hard to make sure I have these steps and everything right. The least I could do is try to be the best at it, for her, because she's taking out so much time. She has a baby, a husband. I know I got my kids and my stuff like that, but, she's been doing this, so I respect her in that aspect. So when I'm with her, it's like, this is your time. This is all strictly, in this whole moment, this is all for you. Like, this is your moment. I'm with you. You're my partner.
So when you guys are doing 2-a-days, it's straight 8 hours?
I'll take a break. 9 to 1, then like 5 to 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it is nuts.
What kind of level of practice was there for NBA stuff? Did you train that intensely?
I would do 2-a-days as well, sometimes 3-a-days, just depending on what I would do. But I would try to train just like it was in a game. I would say with dancing, it's a lot of movements for a longer time period. Even though the song might be a minute and a half, we might be dancing for like an hour, then take a break. take like a 5-minute break, sit down, and then get back up and we back at it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Did you have any dance practice prior to the show?
No.
None at all?
I just always dance myself. I never had dance practice. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're so fun to watch.
I actually used to do the cha-cha slide every morning when I woke up, because I woke up at 4 a.m. to go to the track every morning and then go work out for basketball and then go to school. So when I woke up, the first thing I would do was the cha-cha slide in my room. That was like my wake-up dance to get myself going every day. And then I was ready to go to the track and run, because I didn't want to go to the track groggy and like, I wanted to go to the track a little loose and ready to, start my day. So.
Do you ever get tired or like gassed out from it?
I do be getting gassed out and tired sometimes, yeah.
At what point in the rehearsal is that?
Maybe like midpoint or like halfway, because we done like did so much, and I'd be like, can I take 10 minutes? And I'd be like, dang, I don't want to ask for 10 minutes, but I need it. Like, I need a little break.
How is she? Is she able to keep going?
Oh, she's cool. She's like, you can take a break if you want to. And she be understanding. Sometimes she be wanting to break, but she be saying that I don't be wanting to break. So she just keep going. And I be like, let's just run through it. And I just look and be like, dang, you know what? I only got an hour left. If I take 5 minutes off, that's 5 minutes for me getting better. So let me just, fight through it.
Where would you put your mirror ball trophy?
Hell, I'll put it in my room right now. I don't want to look at it like, damn, I really accomplished this. Like, because I always tell my kids you can do anything. Anything is possible you put your mind to, So to have it, to look at it and be like, dang, like I really put all my energy, my mind, my will into winning this, and it's here. Like, I want it. This, and I have it. This is it.
How excited were they when you told them you were going to join?
They were so happy. They can't wait to come out here. They're coming out here for a performance in a week, so I can't wait to perform. The song I'm performing is actually a song that I wrote and sang for my album that I have, and I'm doing it for them. I'm dedicating the song and the dance for them.
That's
so
amazing.
It's gonna be crazy, yeah.
Are there any styles of dance coming up that you're excited for?
Really, I just be excited for all the styles. This Paso Doble is fire, because I actually went to Spain 2 years ago to do a wedding. And while I was there, I went to go see a bull fight, matador and all that stuff. And that experience, now I'm looking at the pictures because I have to be that person, and be that matador. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I get to use my imagination in the dance floor to paint this picture of a big 6'11" matador fighting a tiny bull. They're gonna be like, that's not fair. The bull is too small. Daddy, no. But it's just crazy because I'm like guiding her through the song. It's like my song. Like, this is like my redemption song from the night before where me and Danny, I messed up my step. So this Paso Doble is like, it's the one.
Are you guys kind of basking in the moment when you're doing the press afterwards? Like, that's your victory lap?
I don't even be thinking about it. I just be in the moment, like you said. Like, you don't know what to think because it's just like, wow, like we just put all this effort and energy into this dance and it's over with. And so you're like, whew, what's next? Like, that was crazy. And then you talk about all the hard work and how much you had to do to learn to dance and stuff like that. So it does bring you some joy. But then you're like, you know what? Let's get back to work. We can celebrate tonight, but tomorrow it's time.
Are you going to try and get some... Did you lose muscle or would you lose?
I just think I lost weight in general, but it doesn't look like it's bad. I just think that it's just like...
You still look ripped.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But I lost weight. It's like in my neck area, but it's not bad weight, but it's just I can't believe how much just dancing I've lost weight and I'm ripped up and I'm like, this is crazy. I haven't hardly done, besides my 100 sit-ups a day, I haven't been doing crazy ab work. But my abs is popping and everything. I mean, everybody's asking me, hey, help me get my abs. And I'm like, oh, just dance. I'm just moving.
I saw the crumble box of cookies that you brought Daniella.
Oh my God, she went crazy.
Do you do that every week?
I try to bring her something. Something, she like peanut butter. So like peanut butter cookies, peanuts or something like that. She loves that kind of stuff. She like donuts, ice cream. So, I try to bring her something just to show like, hey, I appreciate, you taking your time out and teaching me this stuff. You got a little baby girl, so I know you don't want to leave her. So, this is just a little token of my appreciation outside of me dancing. Here, thank you.
I'm just blown away at the two-a-days.
Crazy work.
Really crazy.
Crazy work. We actually worked out before me and you sat down today, and we have a session in about 2 hours.
Have you practiced it in between, or is this just for you to have a break?
Have I practiced it since
this morning? Like, are you consuming it and trying to understand it still?
Well, I have it, but I just wanted to get a lot of moves sharp before tonight's practice, and then her husband was able to practice with me and, just show me some things that'll help me with my posture and stuff like that. Actually, one of the judges after our last performance, he came to talk to me about the paso doble and why he gave me a low score, and to give me some points. And it actually really helped me out because from his standpoint, it was different from Danny teaching me as a woman. He was able to show me my position to be, from a male standpoint and how I should stand and what body parts I should use to maneuver and stuff like that, which she was saying it, but I just couldn't probably understand her translation. It's like when your parents trying to tell you something and you can't hear it, but they can have somebody else tell you the exact same thing. You're like, oh, okay, that's what you mean. Oh, then your parents like, I said that 25 times, boy. Yeah, same thing.
For hair metal night, is there anything about the wardrobe that you're really excited about?
Shoot, I get to have my muscles out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have a little vest on, have it open up so I can look like one of them mean green and lean matadors. And they going to be like, ooh, that boy ripped off. And I'll be like, yeah, snap it to a Slim Jim. That's going to be my face.
Do you get to pick out the song?
We picked it out together. We kind of like went through it to see what song we should pick, but yeah.
Not only are you basketball star, Dancing with the Star, Disney Channel star. Was it really a sweet life on deck with Zach and Cody?
That was a fun show. Kids still ask me this day about Sweet Life on Deck. One of my favorite shows that I was on was actually a show called Kick Butowski. It was a cartoon, and I was this character named Rock Callahan.
Oh, so you did the voiceover?
Yeah, I did the voiceover, and that was a lot of fun. I did a couple other Disney shows, and I tried to do like other characters outside of myself, and it was so much fun. I really like doing that kind of stuff.
You also did Special Forces, which great show.
Oh my God, it's probably the craziest show I ever did in my life.
Who approached who for that?
They reached out to me, and I was like, yeah.
Right away?
I'll do it, yeah. I didn't hesitate or nothing. I just was like, yeah, let's go. And it was fun. It was crazy. It was scary. I cried, went through everything. It was real deep. It was no fake stuff. It wasn't no we were staying in a hotel after we finished filming. No, we was really in the trenches every single day if you lasted.
If they asked you to do another season, would you do it?
Yes, I would want to, but it has to be in a warm place. I can't go anywhere cold again because it was hot where we was at, but they had times we had to be in the water and it was cold, or at night it was super cold. But being in a cold place doing the whole show, I wouldn't suggest nobody do it in the cold unless you from the cold area. See, I'm from the South. I like the sun. I could deal with that. But when it get too cold,
And that's where you met Danny.
That's where I met Danny. We had to fight. We had to I had to do a trust fall with him from 200 feet in the air. I had to drop down like this from the top of a mountain.
When they tell you that, what do you think?
Okay.
You just trust it?
When I got to that point, I was like, okay. The first time I was crying like hell. I was like, I'm not doing this shit, please.
I don't need this.
Please, I can't do this. You know what the staff sergeant said? Dwight, Get your ass up and do this shit. Stop fucking crying. I was like, yes, sir.
Does that kind of stuff motivate you when you're getting yelled at?
Man, he got me to try to get on that rope. I ain't make it across, but I got on that dang on rope and tried to get across. Yeah, but I was scared as hell. Yeah, my big 6'11" ass was scared. Yeah. It was crazy.
Are there any other shows that you'd want to be part of?
That's a good question. I want to host shows, like be a TV host on the show or something like that. I like doing stuff I like hosting and entertaining crowds and, like how they be doing at the fights. Like every time the UFC fight come on, I be doing it with the announcer. Like the UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Now presenting in the blue corner, all the way from Brazil, the reigning undisputed champion of the world.
You got to get into WWE.
WWE, they wanted me to actually come do WWE.
Yeah, whatever happened?
Ric Flair, he told me, he said, hey, brother, if you want them knees to live.
Oh.
But nah, wrestling is a lot. They almost every day of the year they're in another city. I think they do like 260 or maybe 300 days out the year or something crazy like that.
Oh, you want to be on the roster?
Yeah, I wanted to wrestle. But I was like, nah, that's a lot. That's a lot on my body, and my kids' time is more important. Did
you do the training for it?
I did a little bit one day, but I did most of the talking and like
no bumps.
No bumps like that. Yeah, but I'm a good trash talker, and I can get everybody hyped and everybody like ooh, like stuff like that. Yeah.
You gotta just manage somebody.
Yeah, I could do that. That'd be really funny. I could manage the hell out of somebody on the show. That'd be funny as hell. Yeah.
So I asked people to submit fan questions as well, and I have some.
Okay, let's do it. Through them? Let's get it.
Do you think Daniella's past experience with Iman helped you two progress further in the competition?
I just think the fact that she's danced since she's 6 years old and she understands how to regulate people's bodies from dancing so long and dancing with so many partners, that, she has mastered the art of dancing with taller people.
What do you think is her strongest suit as a teacher?
Man, I don't think she have a weak suit. Like everything that she does is like she knows her stuff from like everything. It's just crazy to watch, from feet movements to how to place your hands, the body movements, how to look. Like every little movement is like, I just watch them like, how does she know? It's like when you ever like remember those little. They're like a circle and you spin them and then it like spins back the other way and it like plays something and it might be like a little ballerina spinning around.
Yeah.
Like she's like one of them poses, like the little ballerina that you see when you spin it around and you put it in your daughter's room and it makes that that noise as the ballerina's going to sleep. That's her. Like I swear it's her. She's like little Tinkerbell. Like every movement, like she be doing like this with her hand. It'd be perfect. I feel like how like she can take a little needle and just hit a little balloon or something. Every little is crazy.
What's the relationship like with her and Pasha being both professional dancers?
They're great.
It's like a dream team.
They're awesome. Like they just so. I feel like when you dance, you really get a chance to understand your partner, and you get to understand what it's like to like what you're supposed to do with a partner, like how y'all supposed to be, like and. I feel it like the man when you're dancing, he's supposed to lead you in certain dances. But there's certain times where the woman is leading. There's certain times where she's showing the way. And then there's times where you're dancing together. You have all these different moments, but y'all are partners. And when you're out there on the dance floor, you have to be one. So it's like, man, this is a great example of relationship. Like I look at the partnership that you gotta have on the dance floor.
How hard was that first dance practice? Did you have to adjust the height difference?
The first dance practice was extremely hard because I had to learn how to really like twist my hips, and they so tight from playing basketball and jumping up and down for so long and dunking that my hips was tight. So just trying to learn how to like move my hips and stuff like that and get my shoulders down when I danced, that was the hard part, because in basketball I'm used to like trying to be thinking my shoulders is going to make me big this way, but actually having them down and out. It's like now my shoulders are bigger, and I didn't understand that.
With basketball, what kind of recovery did you have?
Oh man, recovery was probably the most important part. Cryo, hot bath, massage, all those things, and you got to do the same thing.
You do that
Same
after dance?
thing. Yeah, you got to do the same thing. Sometimes I just go to sleep because that's probably the most important one, just getting that rest so your body can kind of relax, but your mind could also settle in the things that you've been learning for those couple days. And then now you're good to go.
Do you think cryo helps you like a ton?
It can, but I think really it's sleep, it's rest, because you give everything a chance to, settle in. Yeah.
Do you have a sweet tooth at all?
Hell yeah, I've been having a sweet tooth when I dance. I be going crazy, like I be having stuff in my pocket. She be like, "Why do you have stuff in your pocket and we're trying to dance together?"
That's the chocolate bar, come on.
But nah, I be having a sweet tooth while I dance. I think it's because I be doing so much movement. I be needing some sugar sometimes, stay up.
What do you go after?
Sweet tarts or sour gummy worms. I might order some noodles, or something. But I go crazy with the candy when I'm in there. I'd be like, I gotta stop.
Did you always have that even growing up?
I used to eat a lot of candy, but I mainly more so was eating a lot of fruit. But then sometimes it switched candy and then fruit, depending on the season. During the summertime, it's all fruit. And right now, I might have more like Skittles or stuff like that.
What was the most challenging part about playing in the NBA bubble and winning the championship?
Most challenging part, just being there with nobody, no family, all the stuff going on around the world, and you just stuck in this little old small room. Like, people was like, "Oh, y'all stay in a hotel, that's cool," but we're staying in a hotel by ourselves.
Gets lonely after a while.
You get lonely, you can't do the same. You don't want to, we're going to go to the pool every day, the same pool. You go fishing, there's really 2 fish in the lake, and everybody catching the same fish. You can't keep the fish. So why keep fishing? What else is to do? So it wasn't, you just really spent that time just trying to find yourself, find things that you really enjoy. You can step away from the crowd and really see who's in your corner, who's for you. So I did a lot of that, walking and just being in nature, the nature that we could walk into. But that was it.
How'd you view it without having a crowd performing in front of?
I wanted the crowd to be there. They take away a lot of the game. It's just like being at practice.
Yeah, it's just silent.
Yeah, I wanted the crowd to be there. I wanted to dap somebody up in the stands or act like I'm saving the basketball and jump into a whole bunch of people and be like, "Ah, my bad. Ooh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." Stuff like that. That's a memorable moment. A fan gonna always remember that. Oh, I remember when Dwight Howard came and knocked all over the beer on everybody. Even though it's crazy, but those little moments, man.
Do you try and make those moments too in the ballroom?
Yeah, look at somebody in the crowd and point at them and stuff like that. All those little things. It's just a kid gonna remember that. And you're bringing the crowd into the dance. You don't want them sitting there okay. You want them what is he gonna do next? Oh, I caught him. Did you see that move? You want to keep them into the dance.
What are your favorite things to watch? I know DC.
Favorite things to watch? Well, I haven't watched a lot of movies lately. Since I've been here, I just been all dance. And then doing my podcast, I used to watch hella movies, go to the movies all the time. But it's just now, everything is dance, our podcast.
Were you like that with basketball too? It was all basketball?
Yeah, it was like I was infatuated with it. It was my world. It was everything.
When did you first find the love for basketball?
Shoot, when I started playing at 3.
Oh, wow.
I was super young, and then been playing ever since.
Did you have height then too?
I was short, and I had a big growth spurt, 5'8" to 6'11" in 1 year.
My
knees was hurting. My clothes kept getting shorter and shorter.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 14 and going to 15.
So sophomore year?
Yeah.
And were you playing basketball on the team at that point? Oh, they must have loved you.
They couldn't believe it. They was like, you was just the point guard, now you the center. What is going on, man? But it was crazy.
What's the hardest thing for Dancing with the Stars that you've done or tried so far?
Just all the dance practices. That's pretty tough, man.
Rehearsing.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest thing. But it's not hard in the sense that I hate doing it. It's just hard because we're going hard in there. But it's fun. So I don't go in there with the attitude like, oh, I got to work. I'm like, man, I can't wait to go in there and dance. It's kind of like how I was with basketball. Like, I couldn't wait to go to practice every day. I couldn't wait to get on the plane and, you know, travel with the team because, you know, that was our time to, like, you know, explore, be together and stuff like that. So now it's like the same thing.
So you're going from a team of however many now to just you and Daniella.
Yeah.
What's that like for you?
It's different, but it's kind of like the same thing, except it's not all people. It's just one person that you're developing that relationship with instead of 15, which can be tough because, you know, words can be mistranslated, you know.
Personalities,
Yeah,
egos.
personalities, all that stuff. And now you just got one person you can really focus and hone in and stuff like that. The more you dance and be around each other. And if you're in agreement on something, the more like that energy starts to grow. So yeah, it's cool.
Will we ever see you in the ring in WWE? Even for a one night only match?
Maybe, yeah.
Royal Rumble? Surprise?
I do it. I'll definitely do it. I think that'll be fun.
I can't believe Rick talked you out of it.
He was just trying to say to protect my body and stuff like that after playing for so long. And I totally understand because it is a lot in your body. So he was just looking out for me. And I appreciate him for that because he's been in the sport. So, yeah, he knows.
Yeah. Are there any memories that stick out from the Olympic Games when you were performing?
Man, that was so long ago, man. I was 22, I think. 22. So, like, I was just so young, and I just remember just being out there with the best players in the world, trying to dunk on everybody, and just enjoying. You know, I didn't really understand what was going on because I was so young. I was so green to the world, and, you know, I'm just like, let's play basketball, you know. And then as I got older, I'm like, dang, I really played for the Olympic team, won a gold medal, played in Beijing in front of 100,000 people, did all this stuff. This is sick.
If you can give yourself any advice from when you were younger, what would it be?
I tell my kids the advice. I treat them like my younger selves. You know, like when people say, if you could say something to your younger self, my kids are my younger selves. So I'm always, you know, trying to get them advice and tell them, hey, you know, when you get to the real world, it's crazy. And my job is to prepare you as a father who's been in the real world to be the best you could be because there's so much out there. There's so many great opportunities and there's so many things that could stop you from reaching those opportunities. So, you know, I want to prepare you for it.
Do you ever help your kids with school homework?
I try, but school homework is hard and it's different.
Math has changed.
Math has changed. They don't do 2 + 2 regular and they equal 4. They got 2 + 2, then they add something on the side and something on the side to
New
equal
math.
4. And I'm like, it equal the same. Why can't you just put 4 like at the bottom? You got 2 + 2, then you put a little small one over here, and over here you got something else. I'm like, man, y'all doing too much with this math, man. Y'all complicating things for no reason. It's crazy.
What do you like doing with them?
Pickleball.
Do they stand a chance against you?
I be playing 2-on-1. I be beating them so bad. They be so mad. Oh my God.
We have to go over you to get a point.
But see, I like playing pickleball because it's kind of like me playing table tennis.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't have to move that much. And I could just stand and like hit them high. And if they try to do the same thing, I could pow, smash it coming back. And I'm right there. There's no jumping and none of that stuff. So it's so much fun.
Where would your mirror ball trophy stack up against your medal and your NBA championship?
Well, see, I don't compare, like, look at stuff like that because each moment has its own, like, uniqueness to it. Like, at that time, that gold medal, like, that's the gold medal. I was in that moment. You know, and this is a dream. All these are dreams and they're actually happening. So you can't, I don't compare them and put them like, oh, this one is greater, winning the world championship compared to the mirror ball, because then you lose the journey, the going through the whole journey, because you're thinking about what it would feel like at the end. And I'm like, man, I don't want to miss any step. It's just like the dance routine. All these steps are important, so when you get to the end, wherever it may be, you can appreciate it, you know.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, Sirski.
Guys, subscribe to Dwight's podcast. It'll be linked down below.
Above the Rim with Dwight Howard, the greatest podcast ever. Man, y'all subscribe, hit the like button so we can see all the greatest athletes, commentators, comedians, rappers, cooks, whoever you are. If you want your voice heard, you can come to Above the Rim with Dwight Howard, where we don't just talk about basketball, and we hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil. Only positivity.
Who would your dream guest be on there?
My dream guest, I would say Joe Rogan.
Oh, that's sick.
And Taylor Swift.
Two solid ones.
Yeah, Joe Rogan and Taylor Swift. Yeah. I'm going to talk to her. Pick her brain.
See how it all works.
Just because she seems like such a great-spirited person. You know, the stuff that she does, like, you know, she just might go out and come to someone's wedding and sing for them or something like that. Like, that's just, she's not getting paid for that, but she's just doing it just because.
She loves it.
Yeah, because she loves it. And so just to be able to spread your joy without having to worry about getting compensated for it, and you just doing it because you just want to spread joy, I'm all about that. That's
so
great.
good.
Yeah.
And guys, also vote for Dwight.
Vote for Dwight and Danny, man. Team Double D. And we'll see y'all at the finals.
See you there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was great.
Yeah.